Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm your nosy neighbor lady. This your nosy neighbor lady show, and for some reason we can't get over your boy. This y'all boy, Aries Spears. Y'all say he's funny. He's this. He's that. Deion Cole released a podcast with him. I guess this was before he didn't need Vlad's $4,000, but he said that people in the South are stupid. Basically, saying that people with Southern accents are stupid, and the way people in the South talk is stupid or less than, or they don't understand his jokes, and he's too smart and witty for the Southern black audience. And Mike Epps was like, half the people from Chicago is from Mississippi. And Ari Spears was actually born in Chicago. And the craziest thing I found that his mom is from Mississippi, his dad is from Tennessee. And it's the self hate for me. That's what y'all call it. It's self hate. That's like your mama from Mississippi, but when he went to talk about his mama, it was kind of ironic because he said his mom was like a jazz blues singer and she like sang for Ronald Reagan and she still tours right now. So I feel like he has resentment for his mom. He was like, she's a light, bright, yellow bone of some type. When Deion Cole asked, is she fine or how does she look? Or maybe he went there by himself. Deion Cole just be kind of giggling. I don't know if he high or just want to seem likable or just like a people pleaser. But every interview he do with people, he just always giggling to me. I don't know. Just be giggling like a schoolgirl, but whatever. I don't have anything against Deion Cole. The excessive giggling for me is like people pleasing tendencies for me. But anyway, Aries Spears. What did he also do? Oh, he described his mama as fine enough to fuck. No, fine enough to get fuck. Duh. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want my son describing me like that. I don't think that's the way a son should describe a mother. If I had a father, which I don't, that's a given. I'm black, but it's like I would never describe my father or dad if I had one in a manner that's sexual. And it's just like I could just kind of see why people don't like him. Because Vlad kind of insinuated, he didn't name names, but he was like, I see why people don't mess with Aries Spears. I just want to give him a chance. Like, who said that about their mama, though? Do y'all think that's appropriate? Let your little nosy neighbor lady know. Like, is that appropriate? I don't know. I don't know. But from the skit with the kids, even how Tiffany got all that backlash about the skit with the kids, and it was obvious he was the older guy. It's obvious it was his idea. Even the way he wants to just, I don't know if he just trying to do shock value or, ugh. I'm just wondering if people gonna stop going to his shows. That's what I really want to know because I think he don't like the South because the South dangerous. Well, not dangerous, but it's like real thugs down there. I'm not saying New York ain't got no thugs. Of course they do. Okay, they got some thugs. Yo, 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 yo. But like, I think the South and them dirt roads and just the way they move. Even when I moved to Nashville, just all them winding roads and it was deer and all these different animals and all this stuff. It's kind of overwhelming. But since I'm from St. Louis, I'm kind of used to the trap. I'm used to danger. Yeah, everyday occurrence. But it's just like I think he kind of scary. And really, a lot of his audience are white people. A lot of his audience is white. I think Vlad brought him back for black people. And probably other races of people too, since he went overseas and did that comedy special. But still, and then he was like, "I was fine in the '90s. I was fine." Aries Spears was never fine. That's a lie. That's a lie. Cap, 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 cap. University. He was never fine. He was just thinner and smaller, and he just was on Mad TV. So anybody like a ugly man with money. Come on now. But just his obsession with his mom, like, and he was talking about how she's a good singer and stuff. I feel like deep down he feel like he could measure up to her. That's what I feel like. When he talked about his dad, he was just like, oh, he's a hustler, so that means jobless, unemployed, broke, nothing to give but pain. Yes, that's a given, right? But it's just like, but black women, They love a good bum, don't they? Fall in love with a bum, so we got another bum on the loose, basically. But I just think that he also mad because Country Wayne came out and was talking about people from the South and how they're educated, and I think that really he kind of hating on people from the South. Even I speak with a Southern accent, it might not be that Southern or that North or whatever because I'm from St. Louis, but it's just like I think he mad because they kind of taking over. I think people want to see authentic people. I think people who talk, we've seen people from California on TV. We've seen people from New York on TV. We've seen a lot of people on the North on TV. And even like when Master P came out with No Limit and Cash Money Records and just that Southern twang and the way they do things and the Southern swag. And, I just think that people kind of tired of people just I'm not saying they're pretending because they talk a certain way. I just think we've heard these California, New York accents like all our life on TV and rap, even with the rap East Coast, West Coast battles, way back to Tupac and the Biggie. We've heard people talk like that, but the South and the Midwest has never really got they shine until I guess the 2000s, kind of maybe early 2000s. Like even with Eminem and Kanye West, being from Chicago, that's really kind of the Middle East. It's up north, but it's kind of like the Middle East, not the Middle East, the Midwest. Look at me, the Middle East. It's the Middle East. Chirac, it is. St. Louis kind of like the Middle East, but St. Louis is Midwest, I would say. But I think that he just hating on they come up because a guy like Country Wayne can be country and deliver his jokes with his southern drawl and with southern slang and stuff, and people going and they like it, you know. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm just even how they criticized Beyonce back when she first came out because the way she talked. Look at her now; she don't even do interviews. When I first got on here, people made fun of the way I talked. Like people from different areas talk differently. Just because we're all black doesn't mean we have to all talk the same. But I just feel like he just hating. He hating on Southern swag because they be swagged out. Look, country, bunking, whatever. But even like St. Louis people, real gaudy, real showy, like dressed to the nines. I remember I was working at the bus company, and this guy was like, "Where you from?" I'm from St. Louis. He was like, "Oh, that makes sense." I'm like, "What you mean that makes sense? You know what you mean? What you trying to say? What you trying to say?" But it was just like he was like, I could just tell the way you dress because people in St. Louis, y'all be dressing like y'all care about how y'all look, like their outfit gonna match. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like he hating. But to just bash, talking about Mississippi, Georgia, and we know Atlanta is in Georgia, and we know it's trapped up there too. Bow, 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 gang, gang, pop, 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 pow, gang, gang. So I just think he kind of scared because he a punk, and not like it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be scary. But I think to just generalize, if you don't generalize, generalize right. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, oh, the girl was like, how much was that CD was or something, or how much is that is. And it's like, I think Deion Cole said it. He was like, dude, you ain't even finished school. What are you talking about? And even in the one video, you're not going to beckon me just this insecurity that he has inside because he really always been ugly. I don't even know why he said he was fine in the 90s. That man in the 90s was at the best a 7, and that's the money put him up to 7. He was never attractive. But I just feel like, no, one comment said Aries Spears is the exact definition of a hater and a praiser at the same time or something like that. Like he's the master of giving props and hating at the same time. And I could just so see that, like the sneak dissing. Like I think Vlad was talking about something when he went to his show and he was like, the one guy, Ryan Davis, was like, I would have gave you a shout out, Vlad, but I didn't know if he was low key or not. And Aries was like, yeah, you would have wanted that shout out or something like that, where Vlad was like insinuating that he meant like, I'm glad you didn't get that shout out type of thing. Like, but Vlad put him on, bite the hand that feeds you. But just this just goes to show you how much hatred and resentment and just pent up anger from life not doing what you wanted to do, where it just really could destroy you and all your opportunities. And I think as a lot of men get older, they get angry because their life didn't really go how they thought, and they never really invested in family or friends or children, or they never invested in these things. So they get older and realize, wah wah wah, you're all alone. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. So I just feel like the constant sweating. I feel like this the Coca Cola. But I had to come back for this. I had to. I had to, but I think this might be the final say so. I don't think anything else will be said. I think he's kind of tired. And I think the real Aries Spears fans gonna rock with him. Go see him, go whatever y'all want to do. For me, in my house, I would not be going. I would not be going. But is he funny? He was funny with Deborah Wilson. I don't think he would have been as funny if Deborah Wilson wasn't there. And I'm going to stand on that like forever. I don't think he would have been nothing without Deborah Wilson and the skits they did together. That Whitney and Bobby was like iconic back then. I don't. But I just feel like he's a hater. Get yourself together, okay? But I just think people kind of tired of the traditional black comedians and the traditional black roles and the traditional way that black people have been portrayed for so long that it's good to see somebody from the South, the dirty, dirty South. I think the Goody Mobs and the Outcasts and all this stuff. I think that it just gave us something that the North couldn't give, even with the crunk music, the Lil Johns, East Side Boys. I just think Harry Spears just hating. Cause he a hater. But if I look like him, I'd be a hater too. I'd be a hater too. So just let you let uh, do we have a song of the day? I don't think so. I couldn't think of one. I don't know. Super fragile, catalytic, espialidocious. Let your ladies look. That ain't gonna be. We gotta get an outro. I need an outro, but I'm out. See you in the meantime, in between time on the 99 swag. I will see you later. Bye.